Hello and welcome to Maverick Live. I am Luke 2 and today I am joined by Dean Seddon.
Hello.
How does it feel being on the other side of the
It's
table?
weird. It's actually more comfortable sat here.
Because you got the nice sofa, and not dead spot on.
And I don't have to feel like I have to kind of stare down a camera, which is what I do most of my life at the moment.
I'm trying to get better at that. When I'm talking to someone on the show, I usually talk, and when I'm talking to them, I sort of kind of turn, but I realise I need to start doing more addressing to everyone who is watching out there. Hello to the live. If you have any questions or any queries or any comments, don't forget to comment below and we can feature you on the show as well. But today we're going to be talking about the top 5 conversation starters for LinkedIn. When we say top 5, these are probably our top 5. There's a lot of ways you can start a conversation on LinkedIn. If you'll start on the end of the spectrum where if you really want a conversation with someone, it's kind of making them feel good about themselves. So endorsements, recommendations. I know when I said that to you, Dean, you sort of rolled your eyes a little bit because it's quite an old school way of doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things that work and some people feel uncomfortable about some of the things that work. And endorsements has always been a way to get people into conversation. Some people go, well, yeah, but I might not know them, so should I endorse people I don't know? And my normal answer to them is they're taking it too seriously. It's a social media platform, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, to them it could just be another tick on their recommendations. When you see a recommendation or endorsement section on a profile, you don't go through every single person who's endorsed that person for, say, hosting or Adobe. No one's going to look into it too much.
Yeah, and I get endorsements from people I don't know on LinkedIn. I don't think, why are they endorsing me? It could be they've seen my content, they like my content. It could be they've heard about me from someone else. It could be, I've been on a webinar. So I think you can overthink endorsements, but they are a great way to do it. Because what happens, you get the endorsement, a message comes in, and LinkedIn notifies you and says, this person's endorsed you for something, say thanks. You say thanks, you've started a conversation. You've started a conversation with a prospect.
Yeah, LinkedIn will prompt you to say thanks for a lot of changes or to get involved with your profile with a lot of changes you make. So if on your profile you have it set so when you change anything on information, it tells your contacts.
Oh, the best one is I don't know I'm jumping the gun here, but the best one is the job change.
Yes, the job change. Like I say, I'll be on number 4 is showing that you've updated your job, and everyone goes, "Oh, congratulations on your job change of your new title." Same as happy birthdays as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone will say congratulations, and then you can lead on to, "Oh, thank you very much. How are things going with your company, your current situation?"
Yeah, and also you can just say, "Well, yeah, I'm really excited about what I'm doing, and actually, I've got you on my list to talk to. Would you be free?" And just have a conversation. Obviously, if they're complete strangers, you've never spoke to them, never interacted with them, that's going to be a bit more forward. But it's a damn better thing than sending those waffly sales pitches.
Yeah, those interactions is one of the main key ways of having a natural conversation, because it shows that they've engaged with some intent and interaction of a conversation with you, or they've liked or commented on a post, which is probably the main 2 conversation starters, I would say, is someone commenting on your content or you commenting on their content to talk about it, which is a very good way of doing it. Because obviously we post very frequently. And if someone likes to comment on our page who is very interesting to talk to, we can then message them and go, "Thanks for liking our comment. Thanks for giving us a like. What did you feel about it?"
Or even going commenting on one of their posts and then giving them a personal message about that post is a great way to kind of just engage somebody and go, actually, I want to deepen this relationship.
Yeah, it's great when the post is, or when they talk about something which could be a bit controversial or a very solid stance. I saw a post online talking about giving knighthoods to our health secretaries and stuff like that, and you'd be like, oh, okay, a very strong opinion on something, but you can have a discussion about it.
Yeah.
If it's just a sales post, you wouldn't want to be like, oh, this is great, I want to talk about it, because then you're saying that you want to be interested in purchasing something or intent, and you could put yourself into a weird
where they think you're a customer and actually you're just fishing to get business from them.
Exactly, and then you've just got 2 salesmen talking to each other on the phone. It's like when you call 2 pizza companies and put the phones together.
Well, I've got a funny story, and I won't say who it's from because I'll embarrass them, but somebody was trying some of the I always encourage people to experiment with conversations it's quite hard to start a conversation digitally, and it takes a little bit of practice. And this person had put on the LinkedIn that they're daughter was looking for an internship and never had an interview before and wanted some people to basically practice interviewer.
Right.
And the person was trying to sell and wanted to strike up a conversation and was just practicing. It was funny, but at the time it didn't come away. Sometimes you do things and you think, why did I do that? You don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he messaged the person and said, I'd love to talk to your daughter on video.
Oh.
Maybe not exactly that, but it was something along those lines. And then when you look back at it in the end, you go, did I just hit up his daughter?
Yeah, phrasing is key, isn't it? Because you don't know. When you're reading something and when you say something without any context, it can really...
That's really true about comments, though, as well, because you need to be really smart with what comments, how you write your comments. Because what you think you're saying and what the other person reads what you're saying can be different. And sometimes I've had people comment and I've read it and gone, why is this person being narky with me in the comments? And then I reply back and they're saying something totally different. I kind of brought my own context to it. So you need to be mindful if you're going to start a conversation of how it looks to the other side.
Yeah, I saw a common trend of people who would say something which could lead to you commenting in a certain way and then deleting their original comment. That can happen sometimes. So it kind of makes you look like you're a crazy person.
Yeah.
You know, talking to yourself or going, no, it's this.
Yeah.
Or like saying something you know could be misconstrued. So one of another conversation starters I was talking about is value pieces. And those value pieces can be anything from a simple article which someone could find interesting to you've got this huge brochure which it can be hard to get someone to download a brochure. But it can strike up a little conversation if you prove that there's some value there you can offer them and then go further from there. It's tough if you're doing it straight off the bat. I wouldn't say do it straight off the bat, but it can continue a conversation and start a new one if it's starting to fizzle out.
Well, I do this whereby I will send some information to some people whose value information, helpful tips, or maybe a video I've done, and share it with them. Say this might help, and then if they reply thanks, I might follow up and say, did you get a chance to watch it? What did you think? Did it help you? Or if they don't say thanks, I might share something else. But I'm always trying to give them value, but in a space where I could give them more value if they want to buy into what we do.
Yeah.
So I'm almost giving freebie stuff that's enough to kind of help them, but actually there's a whole host more stuff. So I guess that's what you're talking about, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's generating that interest. It's showing that if you give a little bit, then you can offer a lot in the future. But obviously that little bit can be, as much as you want it to make it. You don't want it to be too small where it just kind of feels like, oh, this is great, thanks, and then they sort of brush it aside. It needs to be something where they'll go, oh, this is actually really helpful for me. Thank you so much. And then it builds up from there. The final conversation starter, well, not really a starter, I want to talk about, had it in my head. And as I was saying it,
whilst you think about this, think about what the next point is. One of the things I'm really keen to put people understand is that a conversation cannot be automated.
Yeah.
You can automate sending a message, but you can't automate a conversation. I can blast the same message out to hundreds of people a week, but to actually start a conversation where somebody replies, the more personalized you go, the more replies you will get.
Yeah.
And what I see a lot of people doing on LinkedIn is they're literally churning stuff out that has no relevance to the people. It's so generic. And then they wonder why they get no responses. Yet, when I show people how to, and we show people how to start conversations, they get 25% response rate.
Which is, probably more than they
great.
had before.
Yeah.
Especially if they're churning out loads and loads of messages, because obviously all the time they're very wordy and they're very long and it takes some time to get into.
They're long-winded, they're boring, and now I've lost my train. No, I haven't.
Well, actually, I've remembered what it was.
Well, let me finish my point.
Yeah,
and
sure.
The other reason why you have to be even smarter with your conversations is because so many people are churning out generic messages that you have to do something over and above everybody else in terms of getting that conversation and strategies to get people into conversation because we're becoming desensitized because of these generic
generic email
messages.
that comes out. Yeah. So those messages to go over and above and beyond is actually the new tool on LinkedIn is the video messages.
Yeah.
That was going to be, that's the, I was going to say, I missed the main one. That was the main key of all this, but it was the video messages in particular because it's a brand new tool and it shows that you've gone that little bit further to learn about their business, talk to them face to face, and you're showing your face and talking to them, which can be a huge tool and advantage to you.
So I'll give you an example of what I do with the video messages. I do them slightly different to the way LinkedIn says to do it. But I get decent response is people will pitch me every day. I'll get messages pitching every single day. So when I come in the morning, I record videos, personal videos to go back to them to say how they could have fixed their pitch.
Yeah.
And literally by 10 o'clock, I've got people saying, can you show me how to do that?
Yeah, that's amazing. It's just like, oh, well, this would help me out, and you set it all down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be a huge difference maker, really, because you're actually providing the value while also using a new tool and showing you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the 5 conversation starters, ranging from what probably everyone else will tell you, the classics to the new tools. If you're looking to strike up a conversation on LinkedIn, what you need to do is make it personable, make your content great, and don't be an automated bot, essentially. Let's go look at
I do not understand.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's quite funny because we were talking about conversation starters and I've got Converse t-shirt on. And then we said about not being robots. And what's on your post?
Mr. Robot. Subliminal messaging as well, so you get it down. Well, thanks for I'm going to say, it feels a bit strange, honestly, being this side of it.
I quite like sitting here, actually. I feel more relaxed.
Oh, so am I going to have to engrave my chair then?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming down. If you are looking to strike more conversations, remember to follow these 5 steps, these 5 starters, and we will see you on Friday where I'll be talking to Dave about how to hack into someone's brain.
Ooh, scary.
This has been Maverick Live. I have been Luke too.
And Dean Seddon.
And we'll see you on Friday.